Welcome to Nikko, folks, the World Heritage Site of Nikko, just north of Tokyo. It's taken us about 2 hours to get here. It's all included on the Japan Rail Pass that I'll definitely write a blog on how to get those, because that's quite important. Anyway, life's about contrast, travel's about contrast, and we're out of the city and we're into the countryside in the hills. And as you can see behind me, it's pretty gorgeous here. These trees look like they've been here for a long time. And we're about to see some shrines and some temples and historic traditional Japan. So a few little tips and bits of info before we go in. You're going to need, when you arrive at Nikko, to make sure you've got your Suica card with you, or buy a bus pass, because you need to get the bus up here from the station at Nikko. It's not too expensive, it's about 300 yen or something to get up to this point, but there's lots of stuff to do in Nikko. We're not going to cover it all today, and if you're going to try and do loads, it's probably better to try to get one of the universal bus passes that gets you everywhere, because otherwise you have to pay individual trips and that's just going to add up to loads. To go inside, there is a 500 yen charge. I got that completely wrong. The 500 yen is for the audio guide. It's actually 1300 yen, which is about £8, so not going to break the bank. But it's not cheap, but it is a World Heritage Site, so it should be pretty good. It's an area of significance to the entire world, apparently. Right, we're in. Welcome to the shrine. Behind me you can see the original, the very first in the whole entire world. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, or whichever way around you say it. These monkeys up here, those are the ones that instigated everything. Everything you see about see no hear evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, that's them. I'm here on a Sunday. Sunday is a busy day at the shrine, so if you're going to come, my advice would be come on a weekday when there's probably going to be less people around. That apparently is the most extravagantly decorated gate in the whole of Japan. 508 individual carvings on that bad boy. And one of the columns is upside down, deliberately, so that it cannot be considered complete. Because if it was complete, then apparently it'd be bad luck. Definitely try and avoid the weekend, if you can, to come here. Because this place is mobbed right now. This is the beginning of the inner shrine. It's basically where they buried the first guy to lead the longest samurai-led government or ruling of Japan. They led for like 250 years. That Torii gate is made in bronze, which was super valuable at the time. And then that building next to it housed all the important documents, and they fireproofed it with copper sheeting. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, then it's quite cool. And that's where the big guy's buried. Wicked little fact for me, just found out that the shogun who's buried underneath that pagoda, that was buried there 1617, exactly the same year that my secondary school was founded. Unfortunately, most of the places here forbid you to use cameras or take videos, so I can't really show you an awful lot of what's inside these buildings, but it's it's one of those things that you just have to absorb when you're there. I didn't get the audio guide. When you go in them, they've got people talking Japanese and guides talking Japanese, and you're kind of held in the pen, if you like, until the next bit. So I'd probably get the audio guide because I was standing there not really knowing what they were talking about. Japanese love a square car. Other than the taxis, which one just coming past now, look how square all the cars are. They're literally like boxes. Case in point, square car. Square car, square car. Another square car. Slightly normal car. Very square car. Just a short walk down from the temples, down the hill. You can walk if you want, it takes about 5-10 minutes, or you can take the bus if you've got a bus pass. You find yourself at the Shinkyo bridge. It's old, it's red, it's Japanese, it looks pretty cool, and it's beautiful, isn't it, with the scenery back there. Shinkyo bridge is probably the most famous thing around Nikko. It's basically a red bridge that was built a long time ago. It stands out against the beautiful backdrop of the trees. It's going to cost you 300 yen to make a pretty basic walk from there to there, maybe get a photo on it, but there's a bridge just here that you can see it from, so excuse the wind. So I'm not quite sure why you would necessarily want to pay 300, but it's there to do if you want. I feel like I might be going on a little bit about contrast quite a lot to do with travel, but literally 2 hours outside of the high-tech city in Tokyo, which I didn't do an awful lot of vlogging in at all because I was just amazed by the place and I didn't really know where to start. You come to the place that's one of the most historic in the whole of Japan, and it's just a great contrast to see what two sides of the same country are all about. If you can see me behind, with the sunshine behind me, I've caught the bus up to Kirifuri Falls. It's only about 5 minutes on the bus, but you come up into the hills, even further into the hills, as you can see. And I was hoping we could get a little bit closer, but perhaps it's not allowed. There's literally no way down, so I just have to get the drone out. So that was the falls. I'm going to see if I can get one quick additional place in the bag before the sunset. Sunset's quite early, about 6:15 now, so got to get home quick. Okay, so I'm waiting for the bus to this next place, which is just up the road about 5 k's. I'm at the bus stop, but I have no idea how to read this timetable. If that's 4 o'clock, then it's now 10 minutes past 5, so there aren't going to be any buses coming. Do I walk it? Do I wait it? Sun's gonna set in an hour. I don't know what to do. I don't have any internet either. Can't get my 3G to work, so at the moment I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere in the hills of Japan. Not a soul around, can't even hear much. Adventure! Update, good sign. There's a bus coming the other way. Let's just hope that wasn't the last bus home. Looks like I'm going to wait it out. And hope that there's a bus coming this way. Come on bus, you can do it. So, I think that might have actually been the last bus. Just checked my watch and it was 11 minutes past 5. And 5:11, there's nothing after it. I think I just missed the last bus back to town. Let me just go and check the timetable on the other side the way I want to go. Yeah, 3:56 last bus, 3:56. It's a long walk that way. Oh well, walk in the countryside it is. Oh, green man, let me get that. Get that, yeah. Right, cross the road. Right, I'm back where our little place to stay is. Finally, that was a long journey down that hillside. Must have been about, I'm guessing 5 or 6k. Anyway, I picked up a little bite to eat because it's dinner time, a few little snacks, and I think I'm going to end the vlog there. That was quite a long day. Lots to do. A road to cross right about now. Anyway, tomorrow we're heading back towards Tokyo because we are off to Fuji. We're going to Fuji tomorrow, going to see Mount Fuji. So we've got to go all the way back to Tokyo, pick up our bags from the left luggage in Tokyo Station, and not even Tokyo Station, in Shinjuku Station, and then take the bullet train, which is super exciting again, down to Fuji. So, catch you later guys.